Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights of today's LTA 2025 matchup.
Blabber does get chased off the Grump, and he does not have a smite charge, so...
No, Wiz, however, does.
Oh, it's coming up soon, though. Maybe he can
contest this. Blabber does secure it and hits level 4. Robo is still level 1 on the Olaf. Loud is committing so much trying to make this dive happen. Thanatos level 2, Blabber level 4. Loud has to find success here. They've already wasted so much time. They try to make the dive go in, but nice pathmaker coming out from Thanatos. It's first blood over to Blabber, and it might get even worse. Loud's playing.
Loud after that dive, you know, Skarner going to be significantly behind because of spending the time going for that.
Yeah.
And when you get behind a Zyra, I know you know this pain, Flowers.
I know this pain, brother, and it looks like there's even more pain in store for Robo. He drops as the minion wave is all.
Bot lane swap back over. I just see this pain actually getting way worse for Loud.
Yeah.
So this was the stat I was talking about at the intro, though, at the very beginning of the day. As we go for another one,
we don't have time for stats other than kills, my friend. And C9 has 3 of them. Not even 6 minutes into the game. Feat of Warfare claimed.
And how many minutes faster than their average, which was 32 minutes, are they aiming at in this game? Because just it is 2.8K the gold lead at 6.5 minutes now. Maybe we're getting way too far ahead of ourselves because at least Loud are getting a dragon, but it certainly is going to be very painful here. I mean, Sven on the Corki is 7 Olaf.
I want the first one.
Yeah, pretty big discrepancy there. And currently, Thanatos has the Olaf pushed under tower. So let's take a look at this. Loud might try and fight. It looks like they're positioning for it.
All right, Blabber has already started up the set of grubs. Wiz wants to try to tunnel in here and make a play. He goes for the ultimate there onto Loki. Nice follow-up with the clips. Massive engage coming out from Loud that killed Loki and Blabber both. That's exactly what the Brazilian squad needed, and they're going to take the lap.
One of those dream targets for them. Currently, though, with Cloud9 investing all their resources down to the other side to make sure they get that dragon, you're going to have to wait that play out, and you're going to have to go through a lot of vision. You see all these wards here, shallow wards up through Loud's jungle that Cloud9 are going to leave behind after they take the dragon.
Like you were talking about, it's an immobile control mage without a flash. Normally that paints a big target on his head, but Loki's doing a good job trying to stay safe. Has Roots in some danger. Sven going in, looking for the solo kill, and he gets it, no problem. Now Wiz wants revenge, but Sven flashes right back away, and Blabber is ready to punish the Skarner oh so easily. C9 get 2 more for free.
Sven putting that money to good work right there on the Corki. Meanwhile, we're still going.
Yeah, down to the bottom lane, Loki with no summoner spells, no way out, and Robo gets a much-needed influx of gold.
Yeah, get that dub for Loud. Continue to try and prey on the flashless wave because everything else on the map, Cloud9 are just blowing up here. Sven able to finish off the turret after they get those 2 kills in mid-income. Just gets targeted a little bit more. He's up to the side lane again, though, here, and his flash will be up soon.
We got 16 minutes on the clock right now, and C9 are starting up the Herald. This is a great accelerant if you're looking to knock down that Nexus a little bit faster. Oftentimes this will result in at least a single turret being taken, but usually if you've got a lead about 5,000, you'll get way more than that.
Yeah, definitely can use, especially if you can use it. Should be able to pull out the dragon and set this one up. Loki does have teleports, even though he doesn't have flash now and is way more vulnerable. At least he still does have that teleport cooldown. So they gotta, at very least, get the outer tower first. I would say ideally we'd get a drive into the second tower here, but you don't want to fully compromise positioning and have to worry about this Loud team investing some resources to the other side of the map.
All right, C9 making a play on Robo down here in the bot lane, but immediately he pops the Ragnarok and walks it off. It is an ult for ult trade, though, as Vulcan used the Magnet Storm to guarantee the force of the Ragnarok. Now the follow-up from C9. Thanatos forces Robo away, and Sven collects all the damage of the tier 2 turret.
And the Olaf ultimate is a 73-second cooldown currently, as Sven Has to flash. Nice little punishment.
Yeah, I like that from Loud. They go for the solar flare afterwards, but they aren't going to find Sven. Sidestepping away from that Zenith blade right afterwards. Cloud9's bringing the whole party. Loud's got to get out of here. Vulcan goes for the engage. They throw down the Zyra ult, but it only hits Winsome. He's got to be a little bit careful now. Vulcan might just die to the ignite. Meanwhile, Thanatos going all out into the backline, and Root's going to be killed off next. Sven goes on a rampage, and Robo has to run all the way away. C9 gets a 2-for-1 and control of the Drake pit.
Yep, that's going to be Dragon number 3 for Cloud9 after the chase. The rotation over from the rest of the team made possible by Sven dodging both.
Back down into the mid lane here. Otacon itself going to reset on the aggro. Loud are going to take the opportunity to secure the tier 1 top lane turret for themselves. As Robo takes a blast cone, gets all the way away back down to the bottom lane, and he's just going to move on over and keep pushing the wave.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to put pressure on the tower while the rest of the team is up here standing in front of Otacon. 5K on the health.
Okay, Thanatos still frontlining, trying to keep everybody else from Loud away from the Otacon. Down to about 3,500 now, and TP's about to show up here from Robo as Otacon resets. C9 looking to draw battle lines here, but they got to be careful. Between Worlds already dropped. Winsome's about to die. He's all alone in the back line of C9. It ain't going to matter. Robo, he wants Sven, but he's not going to get what he wants today. A double kill back over to the core key as Root, Tinones, and Wiz are left to run. Root separated from the other two members of his team as he tries to kite and fight his way out of it. But C9 haven't lost a single player, and they're back on the objective.
Yeah, it looked like Thanatos wanted some more kills, but the rest of the team says, you know what, we've got Otacon, let's just take the Otacon, finish that objective off, and then go for Baron afterwards. No need to over chase. Cloud9 at 26 minutes here are going to get both of the mega buffs, Flowers. This is just such a huge pushing power with the range that they have.
They are not threatened whatsoever. Their side lanes are already pushing in with the pincer attack as Thanatos will break into the enemy base uncontested. Loki's going to take the tier 2 top the same way, and now the 3-man squad in the mid lane that completely avoided any threat of danger from the Loud engage attempt is just going to continue pushing forward themselves.
Here it comes, the C9 onslaught with the double mega buffs. Already, Cassandre opened up bottom side, and now top side is the next target. This thing melts as well. Top side tower down.
Top side tier 3 is gone. The inhibitor itself about to be rubble as Loud scramble to try to protect their base. C9 still has the false lives here for a little bit longer, and they're going to use every second to keep this push going strong. Nexus turret's under fire. First one's already about to die. It's gone. Second Nexus turret is all that stands between C9 and a fast game 1 win as the mid lane inhibitor falls and Loud scramble to try to defend. Thanatos will be the first one ready to jump in on the Cassandre as Winsome goes to the back line of C9. Big between worlds, but it's not big enough. Loud is simply too far behind. Robo into the back, at least gets one. He takes out Sven. Maybe he's got a second. Spiraling Despair's about to pop off, and a Skarner ulti grabs another. By a miracle, Loud are holding on still, but Loki and Blabber remain ready to fight. Wiz barely gets back onto the steps of the fountain, but the Nexus itself is soaking damage. The minions will win it if nothing else. It's C9.
This time around, again, with Loud, investing some resources into getting powerful top lane matchup pick. Like, they want to get
ready to set up this blue take attempt for his jungler Wiz. Let's see, can C9 actually stop it? Blabber's ready to maybe make an entrance here, but instead gets charmed up before he can hit the vault breaker. Sven's gonna secure the blue buff as Root wants to make his way into the fight, but Loki's arrived with the Weaver's Wall. C9 now looking to perhaps disengage. They gotta be careful. Sven gets grabbed right up in the air. The feathers fly, and Loud tries to walk it back off, but it ain't gonna work. It's first blood. Back to Blabber with a vault breaker. Staring down Tinones down here in the bottom lane. Loki versus Robo. It is an HP advantage for the Talia. As Loud makes the engage here, looking for a huge burst on the Blabber, and they've already killed him before the fight even starts. Wiz tries to get away. The feathers.
And Loud have gotten the better than them in both of those second grub pack fights that they have actually gone for. Cloud9 on reset still will get Dragon number 2. But here's a look at it. And during this, we toggle the vision use of the 6 grub buff already. It's actually quite they go for it.
They immediately engage. Loud. They find the angle and they find Vulcan instant.
I'll be a little careful though.
Yup. Loud. Now they could be in some trouble. Weaver's wall arrives. C9 looking to make their move, but their move isn't very good. Wow, not a whole lot to gain from that one.
So let's see. Sejuani ult for a cleanse there. A little late on the cleanse, and Talia wall as well. Wow, off screen. Rifttrail does take a decent amount of time to take, but Root gonna come over and speed up that process for him.
So funny enough, since that's Herald carry of Cloud9 to no longer have available, and now a catch onto Blabber might spell disaster. He has to get himself back out of the pit. C9 trying to redraw their battle lines here a little bit. Keep your eyes on Tanones. First kill finds its way onto Wiz. The jungler on Loud, stuck inside the Dragon Pit, trying to posture aggressively, and immediately punished. C9 pops the jungler. The fight's over before it starts, and the Drake and the shoes go over to C9. Robo, what kind of a greedy recall was that? Blabber's ready to stop him, and now Loki's gonna pop him. C9 get another one for free.
Oh, Flowers, the beginning of that fight all started. Robo was hiding in the brush that's inside of Dragon Pit because of the Ocean Dragon, but then he handles his Counter-Strike. The Dragon aggro, the Dragon, wait a second, we might have a follow-up play here first, but we'll get a replay later.
Okay, let's see. Thanatos coming around from the side as Vulcan and Sven are ready to put the damage onto Root. It's AD carry for AD carry. Now Winsome wants to escape. Tanones with the Spirit Rush back over the wall. 1-for-1 trade there. Loud is going to come out on top at the end because of the fact that they grabbed the tier 1 turret as well.
We saw in the second Grub fight, just getting, being the one on the receiving end. As tower goes down here, though, Robo moves in.
Robo's ready to step up, and the rest of Loud approaching on the flank right next to him, but Cloud9 backing up in time. Meanwhile, the turret, the tier 1, destroyed up in the top lane. Loki responsible for that as Loud continues their pressure here bottom, going after the tier 2. Vulcan wanted to go for that teleport immediate yeet button, but the TP coming in. C9 wants to make their collapse as immediately Blabber jumps into the back line for the full-on engage, but Blabber's taking a ton of damage. He's going to be killed off first, and Root stays alive. Thanatos wants to pick him off. Massive damage coming out from Sven, and Loud gets mopped up. Clean up in aisle bot lane. Triple kill over to Sven, and Loud is looking real quiet. C9 earned themselves a Dragon Soul.
Couple things to note on the preparation for that play from Cloud9, Flowers. It was actually quite nice. Sven
had forced to flash over just to try to survive. Sven under pressure from Robo. The Jack so much threat onto the Xayah, but now immediately the shove right back into the rocks. It's not going to matter. C9 picks up 2, a double kill for Thanatos. Robo, Winsome, and Root all dead. Sven's on a rampage. Baron just spawned, and he's about to die with Loud.
Yeah, Baron's actually going to die even faster this game than the first game, Flowers. Baron went down at 20. Baron went down because Otacon died first. You know, they killed Otacon first. It took them an extra,
Both games, they're getting Baron and Otacon back to back. This is a nightmare for Loud that they just cannot wake up from.
Yeah, and this time around, of course, with them previously earning themselves the Ocean Soul, it's like 3 mega buffs.
#1 deaths in LTA history.
Not too much, though. Cloud9 with their triple mega buffs.
Man, that is so nasty. And now Tanones having to flash away alongside popping the Spirit Rush. Wants to try to get a kill back here onto Loki. Not enough damage to guarantee it. Final turret shot at least claims the false life, but that's not enough. That's not good enough for Loud to try to hold on right now, as they're still going to lose their support. They're still going to lose their mid lane inhibitor turret and the inhibitor with it, and C9 are not slowing down.
They certainly have no need to. Loki doesn't have teleport, though, so Loki's going to head up to the minion wave on top side. And it's going to be the 4 members of Cloud9 trying to finish. Yeah,
C9 not afraid to put these false lives to good use, as Thanatos is saying, you guys continue doing that. I'm going to work on this turret down here. There's another tier 3 out of the way. Inhibitor about to drop right next to it. Nexus turrets now, what's left in their sights. Loki will get the next wave ready to go here in a minute or so.
He's coming, he'll be here.
Yeah, it's just going to take him a minute. He took a nap, he slept in, his alarm didn't go off, as Wiz and Winsome trying to get away from this one, falling back to the Nexus turrets. Robo's very low, the false life is at least claimed on Blabber. Thanatos into the back line, 2 health bars low, but nobody down just yet. Thanatos also sent in the Loud base. those inhibitors will not respawn before the Elder Drake spawns, and I feel like that situation is nigh impossible to play for Loud, as C9 again looking to make a play in enemy territory. Robo is going to be the target. They want to make sure that he remains on that #1 gravestone, Kobe, and they're going to give him an extra boost for it. 1, 5, and 1 now for the Loud top laner.
There you go, climbing up the ranks. Meanwhile, Cloud9, only one inhibitor left to deal with. They're going to go for top side, and they're going to go for the kills.
Immediately into the back line with the ulti from Blabber, and the follow-up from Thanatos is enough to bring Root down immediately. It's gray screens for Loud, and C9 is staring at the Nexus. They'd love to get this one packed up and done with before 30 minutes into the game, and they're looking to do just that. Loud scrambling to try to defend at the very last second, the very last moment, but they cannot do it. C9 continues the northern dominance in the LTA, and they will 2-0